Hello? So, folks, I had a grand intro for you just now. Good morning to one and all listening. And guess what? My mic wouldn't work. How are we doing this morning? Welcome to today's edition of Island Tea. It is the 3rd of June 2024. And as you will notice, I'm in my big sun hat. Yes, I'm celebrating summer. The studio is set for summer. And as promised, it's summertime. So the only thing I'm missing is my shades. You never know. It just might make an appearance during the show this morning. But happy Monday morning. I know Monday is not the day for most of us, but let's make today awesome. We got up. We should be grateful. Let's stretch. Let's drink our tea, our coffee, whatever gets us started in the morning, or juice or water. Let's do that, and let's get out and make the best of today. Good morning, Jamster. How are you doing?
Reminds me, my coffee. Yeah.
Oh, you're drinking your coffee?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alrighty. So how was your weekend?
It was good.
Oh, nice.
It was good. Busy, but fun. Well, apologies to the listeners. I had some few technical issues there. Nothing major, just some updates. Windows computers insist on shutting down. No matter what you're doing, you could be doing life-saving surgery, and a Windows computer decides,
it's gonna shut down.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to interrupt this kidney transplant because you haven't upgraded your OS.
And Ace, you just joined us, folks.
To everybody, how is everyone doing? Kortensia, I must apologize. I intended to have my beach wear today, and I have to do it another day. Hopefully, you're still in your beach wear because I have court today. There will be too much change,
we can't do. Yeah, that's why I tell you Monday and Wednesday. Catch me doing beach wear. The other days of the week it will.
I just wish the people upstairs would understand that we're a radio station, not a TV station. All this beach wear
but
stuff.
Jamster, you have to understand.
They just don't
the
get it.
Social media is out there.
Yeah.
And people like to see.
I don't care about the
what
social media. There are way more people listening on the radio. How many times do we have to tell you that?
Jamster, let me tell you, right? I'm gonna tell you a little secret.
I'm not against social
No.
media. I'm just saying.
Let me tell you a
Get
little
the
secret,
radio.
right?
Get the radio stuff right first.
Okay.
That's
Well,
all I'm saying.
Let me tell you a little secret.
Uh-huh.
There are persons who, for whatever reason, they don't get the opportunity to listen us in the morning at the same time. So they want to listen when they reach home and they sit down. They got their little tea. They got their little, they want to add sugar or not, and they want to sit and cut their foot, and they want to listen to some island tea. You understand?
So you think minus a straw hat, that would be a bad experience?
No, a lot of
So
people
Jamster,
have
you don't like my straw hat?
I
visual.
like your straw hat.
But Jamster, let's look at learning too, right? And I know you know what I'm talking about. You just want to put up a defense.
I'm serious.
There's some persons who are visual learners. There's some people who like to see stuff visual. There's some persons you can listen to a podcast and that's all. They sit down, they meditate, they listen to the podcast, they visualize everything.
I guess
but
you're
there's
one of
some
those.
persons who want to see visual.
Are you one of those?
Yeah.
I like to see. I could deal with visual or just audio. But
So
I like to see visual.
Did your law professors go like, that orange represents the complainant, and the apple represents the judge, and did they do it like that?
No, but let me tell you, we had videos of presentations, like we had mock trials and we had videos, so they weren't just in audio. We actually got to see the presenters, and then we got to see the presenters in person, of course, when we got to court. And so visual learning is important. Okay, Jamster?
It works.
It works. It all works.
So, y'all, I wanted to start off this morning with some travel tips because I know it's that time of the year.
And people catching plane.
And not feelings. Flights, not feelings. Yes. So, are you going anywhere for the summer?
I don't have any plans right now.
No, okay.
Any plans right now. But, I think life, you don't know what life brings. You understand what life would bring.
So
what about you?
I don't think I'm going anywhere. I'm busy with work right now. So I can't actually, as you said, there are no plans, but I don't.
Yes.
But I said every day for this month I'll speak on something. We could talk on something because two things I want to touch on this morning is you having a valid passport. Your passport must be valid for 6 months or more. And this is not on the day of travel, then you have 6 more months. There should be 6 more months prior to that. And if you need to get a passport, please get your passport on time. And don't check the expiry date of your passport at the airport when it's expired. you know you're going to travel, check your passport before.
Mm-hmm.
And we need to learn to pack light as people of a certain color. I'm not coming for anybody this morning, but I'm just saying we overdo the do. Then we use our scales at home. And then when we come to the airport and our bag's overweight, we want to get upset with the poor customer service agent. That's not their fault, folks. 50 pounds, most airlines allow that. Sky High, that's the airline that goes to Punta Cana. 70 pounds is their max, free of charge. The others, if you come with 70, just decide to pay overweight. Okay?
In addition to that, I always like to say, I pack just enough so I could have something to wear when I reach. Everything else I buy to bring
exactly.
back.
So you're going to go so
Make
heavy to
sure
come
that
back?
you have, the
Heavier?
space. And then, there are persons, you try to be within the limit and, you travel and then there are persons who, say, bring back this. And you say, okay, I can bring back this one thing. And then they send it to you and it's like 10 things.
Yes, people, be kind to folks. If you ask them to bring one thing, please don't overdo the do. Don't give people false hope, because let's say if me and Azard just have that one space in the bag for your one thing and you create 10 things, then you're sending us to buy a whole new bag and you're giving us more weight. Bearing in mind, we know you said, I'll give you back the money because I cost you extra, but it's too much for us, y'all.
Yeah,
Come on.
sometimes you travel,
Yeah,
you just
it's
want the
too
ease
much.
of traveling.
That's the real thing. I remember when I was studying, right?
Mhm.
I remember my aunt is the one who clued me into. You got to be careful when you're coming back up or when you're going down, because especially coming back up, because there's always someone who wants you to bring something, and it's usually some like they want to bring like 2 sauce or it's always
You mean coming up?
yeah, it's always some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Or maybe they have
a
made
whole
requests.
fruit cake or
Yeah, I've had
Yeah.
requests with whole fruit cake, and then there's sometimes the bread,
the bread, yeah,
the raisin roll,
raisin roll,
the
yeah,
raisin
raisin
roll
roll.
thing,
Yeah, I don't mind taking little things like that for folks because it's something that they don't get. But
Or
don't bring me
T-bush.
100 bread. I
T-bush.
can't take.
They want it from sinky soil.
I had this woman the other time.
Oh
She
my
went to the
God.
market. She was leaving, and she said, "I went wild. I bought herbs. Look, I got tea-bush for my friend. I got rosemary for my friend." And it's nice to see that people are excited to get when they're taking it back. But when people are taking it back, we have to be considerate. So we spoke about having a valid passport and checking your passport before your day of travel.
I'm lucky enough.
And
I've never had to
pounds.
toss anything.
You've never had to toss anything.
So that's good.
You're,
So they know to be reasonable with you.
you're very lucky.
Well, I mean, some things when you think about it, you'd think that there would have been a problem, but they were like T-bush probably.
You mean you never had to toss anything?
like throw anything, 'cause,
because they're not allowed.
Yeah, there was
Okay.
there was a story over the weekend of an Australian, because track and field has just started, right? An Australian shot putter, and he was going back to Australia, and they made him throw away the shot put, because he said that's the one he uses, and he's
Yes.
very. I mean, they're all the same weight,
Why?
and because they say it's too heavy and whatever.
Oh.
I mean,
But
ridiculous.
he couldn't put it in his. So he had it in his carry-on. Or
Yeah,
his,
his carry-on.
oh no, you should have put that in his check bag and just pay the excess. Just
Yeah,
in case
so
if
he-
it made what was in there
Yeah.
heavier.
He said he had to dump it, and
Mhm.
he said, it's like a comfort thing, that one
Yeah.
shot put is like a comfort thing with him, and he had to dump it.
Yeah,
Imagine
people just normally people here just have to dump their liquids. That's why they have to make sure they have the required amount. People put the big liquids, put your big bottle of cream, put all these things in your check bags. Don't put it in your carry-on, because the size of the quart size bag that you have to have with your liquids, and everything cannot fit in the quart size bag. Even I learned that because when I traveled just recently, my bag was puffed out and I had to fight to lock it.
You know what? Talking about bags.
'Cause
You know what? You give them a perfectly good bag to check in.
Oh, and when you
And when
get
you're
your
coming
bag
by the checkout, you're looking for that bag, and
it looks beat up.
beat up, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people complain about their bags getting beat up during travel. And now with the hard case bags, they get they get dirty.
Yeah.
I don't even find those even make sense, because those bags alone have plenty weight. The hard case ones, they have their own weight, and then you put in your stuff and it just weights up.
Sometimes you got this, so you had the hard case one, they come back with dent. You buy the other one with soft, it come back with rip. Something always happen.
I know. I just wish the airlines would take due care of bags.
Yes.
So for those folks that are packing, if you're listening to me, just be kind to our bags. We know some of us have overweight, heavy bags. Just give them some love now. Listen, when I go to New York and I see all them bags just come down that shoot, I be like, oh gosh.
Yeah, and when the flight is full, they're just praying for those bags because there's so many and they're going to be just thrown apart. They're going to be thrown across the aisles into the by the center for us to collect.
Like you're wondering if the people who handle the bags are like MMA fighters and they use your bags as practice.
But sometimes do you look, Jamsa and Azard, have you ever looked at the process your bag goes through when it goes international? They have this one thing that when it separates a bag is like a hard kicker, so it's like whap, your bag just gets a hard kick.
So they have that machinery kicking our bags
around.
Oh
Jesus!
Are you serious?
Look at any documentary on YouTube to show you what happens to your bag after
that's
it
very
leaves your
interesting.
presence.
That's very interesting. I never thought about looking at what happens
to your luggage. Yeah, that's why when you pack in your rum and stuff, you reinforce that very good. Wrap that.
That reminds me. I used to have to carry up overproof rum for my aunt to make fruitcake.
For you, Jamsa?
Huh?
Did you request that she must add this rum? So this is where you get this is where you get your
Hey, we got, guys, I know. Guys, we got Donnelly again. Nice.
Wonderful.
8:31.
Yes.
Okay, let's go take the break and come back for traffic talk.
Alrighty.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers, I'm begging you to slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never. So
yes. Good morning, radio listeners. We have another traffic talk this morning, and of course, we have Donnelly in the studio. She had been requested by us last week, and it seems like that request was approved because she's here again, Donnelly. We have a summer theme going on. So if you look in the room, it's decorated, it's adorned. We have beach balls, we have your little cup. For many of us, we put water in this. Some people might want to put something else in it, but we put water, we put a little drink. Some persons might put a little alcohol.
Well, you see, exactly. I was just going to tell you, when you see that cup, when you see the cups like that, it's most times it's alcohol. That's
yes. We have the beach shells, the seashells, and we also have the snorkel. You could put it on, and you could go on there and you dive. So while you're thinking about a topic next week, you could think about as a snorkel. You could think about what's the topic for next week.
Well, Donnelly, you can wear your Speedos next week.
So you're putting for Donnelly here.
Just put my garment in more. Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
Lord. Good morning, Donnelly. How are you doing today?
Yes. Yes, we will.
Good morning to the person. And we always welcome you on our program. Heavenly Father, we come before you once again, dear God. We bring our humble selves before you, seeking your continued blessings on our lives. Whatever our situation is this morning, dear God, we just bring them and lay them at your feet. And to those persons, dear God, who are traveling to work, traveling to wherever they might be going at this time, may you give them journeying mercies. And may we have a blessed day with you being our guide. These mercies we ask in your name and no other name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Yes.
So good morning to my host.
Yes.
And good morning to Mr. Jamster. How are you today? Now this morning we are going to speak. Our main topic this morning is going to be traffic lights. But before we get into the program, last week someone asked a question, and so I want to dive into that first. Someone would have spoken about the music and if it is an offense for persons to play explicit music in their vehicle. And so I went and I did my research and I found out that yes, it's an offense. However, it's not an offense that stands on its own. We cannot just say it's an offense and the police officer can just go and look for the person and just arrest that person or tell the person they're going to inform them for the offense that they would have caused. What has to happen, though, is that the person or the persons who were the persons who would have heard the music, they would have to make a complaint to the police. Just like a crime. So you make a complaint to the police and the police will do the investigations. But you have to be willing to give a statement in order for it to go forward. For the police to summon the person. You must go to the police with the information, the vehicle number, the time of day when the incident would have happened, the place where it would have happened. And so that when the police comes to you for a statement, you give that statement, and then they will be followed up by court proceedings. Okay. So that is where we go from there when it comes to the music. Okay, so I hope that would have answered the question for the caller from last week. And so we're going to dive right into traffic lights. And we have to keep reminding our taxpayers or the general public of our offenses. And traffic light is no different. And traffic light not only to vehicles, but to pedestrians as well. Because, we have persons who would always want to walk past the traffic light, even though the light is saying stop or wait. And so we want to bring to the general public the information, bring to the general public again the information where traffic light is concerned, because some persons are well aware. Some persons know. Some persons are in the know. But some of us just want to be disrespectful, be lawless, and do what we want. And so when we want to do that, we are not recognizing that we are putting other persons in problems. For example, the accident that happened at Azard the other day. Yes. And that was, I would assume, someone ran the red light. Yeah. And so that was a serious accident. Persons ended up in the hospital. Yeah. And the car is a total wreck. Yeah. And so it could have been different. That person could have. And so these are not what we're looking for.
And then when you saw the video, or when you see the video, I think it really puts in mind and focus. And that is why visual is so important, because you talk about it. But that video was shared, and when you saw the collision, the impact, it showed, you have to now think twice before moving off when the light says stop, because you don't know who's coming.
Exactly.
You don't know who's coming.
You mean when the light says stop or when the light says go? Because people, just as Donley was saying, it's obvious. Well, let me not say she said, right? Yeah. But it's obvious. I'm going to say it's obvious that person coming straight, just like run. So the person that's coming out thinking they're coming out fair because it's green, and they get the brunt of it.
Everyone has to be careful, because someone might be ignoring the traffic signal by the lights, and you are in your right, and you don't know, and then you suffer
But
the
then
consequences.
that's why we have the lights, right?
Yeah, but then for me, even me as a driver
Yeah.
and a traffic officer, especially the light there by the convent school, you have to, even though you're on the green, you have to still be easing and peeping to see.
exactly. Because somebody going to shoot across.
Somebody's going to shoot
Yep,
across.
and think they still have
Exactly.
time.
And person doesn't know the danger. As a matter of fact, I went to do a lecture to some children for camp during the Easter break. And one of the things I spoke with those children about was the traffic light. And you know what some of those kids said to me? They said, Officer Donnelly, you know, sometimes mommy is driving or daddy is driving and they see the yellow light and they speed up.
Yes.
And kids like to complain.
Trust me. And we have to be mindful because
Yep.
those children are going to be teenagers just now.
Yep.
Then they're going to get their driver's license and they're going to feel that it's okay
To do that.
for them to do that. Because children live by what they see. Just like my good friend said here just now, visual.
Yeah.
And so persons need to understand we're not making up anything. And it's for your safety and someone else's safety.
Yep.
And so we have to be mindful. So much so, pedestrians as well. Because persons have a tendency to feel like, oh, I'm a pedestrian and I'm walking and the person has to stop.
Exactly.
No. The light says, stop, wait.
Wait.
You wait. You wait. And these are traffic offences. Not being in accordance with the lighting, the signals from the lights, you are committing an offence. Let's take, for example, pedestrian crossings.
Yes.
Wherever there are pedestrian crossings, you must use,
Caution.
especially those by the lights. Now let's take down on the best one by the KFC area. Some person might say, oh, well, I'm going by Rams. Why should I walk all the way down by Social Security to come all the way back up? But it's important. You're looking at convenience or safety.
Well,
So
for
you
them,
ha-
it's convenience.
So, but then something happens. What if you are crossing, the light is green, some ignorant driver comes out and they say, well, the light is green, so I
Exactly.
am driving. What if you get struck? Do you think that driver is liable? No. Because you were ignorant in not stopping and waiting your turn. And some persons need to get it. Because we need to understand that the lights weren't there because the government had money to put in lights. We are trying to improve.
Exactly.
And so persons need to go in accordance with the regulations. Some things Win may not like Jamster last week, a lot of things he don't like about the law. And so for him, he's going to say, and I think that at some point we should give Mr. Jamster an opportunity to say some of the good things that is within those laws, because he speaks so negatively about it that we should give him a chance to say the good thing that the law entails.
Yes, yes.
But moving forward, we as pedestrians and persons who are driving, we must go in accordance with the lighting. The lights are there not just for style or just for when you want to, when it's for your convenience. The red light says stop. It does not matter whether persons are crossing, vehicles, whatever. As long as that light says stop, that light goes red, you must stop regardless. And that yellow light doesn't mean for you to speed up.
Yeah.
That yellow light, it is not a signal for you to start moving to see if you could beat the light. Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And so we have to be mindful. Some persons too would run across the pedestrian crossing, thinking, oh, I can get over safely. Nothing is coming. Boom.
That's it.
You fall.
Yeah.
But we don't see these things until it really hits home. And so we're asking the general public to just be mindful of the traffic lights because they're there for a purpose, and first to use them correctly.
Yeah.
Then we're going to speak to the turns, those no left turn that is on the road, especially those on Keon Street, where a person like to just,
Yeah.
as a matter of fact, on Friday, no, I'm lying. On Saturday afternoon, around sometime after 1 o'clock, I was traveling from west to east. I was traveling from the traffic department and I was going home. But then this vehicle stood right in front of me and a vehicle in front, waiting for the vehicle to go. And I'm looking, I'm saying, oh, well, maybe he's bending down to pick up something in the vehicle. He got distracted, not knowing that he wanted to turn. And so me, in my wisdom, I wasn't going to follow him because I would have been doing something wrong too. So I went into the police parking lot and I turned around and I went and he was parked right there on Rosemary Lane. And I'm saying, you are hustling to come here to park? You made a wrong turn to come to park up? Was there a fire? Was somebody dying? No emergency whatsoever. And so the gentleman was in the vehicle, and so I stood in my vehicle and there were two guys on the side and I'm saying, have you seen the driver for this vehicle? And they say, yes, he's right. And I look around and he was right there. And in all fairness to the gentleman, he was very respectful.
Yes.
And he said, officer, I am sorry, on and on, whether it's that he was saying the truth or not. Trust me, he got me. And so I would have explained to him that regardless of what, it is still wrong. And I said, nothing is wrong with you going into the police parking lot, turning around, and coming back to get to the destination where you want to go. But what you did was wrong. And could you imagine the two youngsters who were standing there? They had all the bad things to say about the police. Oh, they have so much things for you to go and look for. And oh, the gentleman only make a turn. And oh, what you following the man for? And the gentleman himself, I was so happy when he responded to them and said, let the officer do her work. She's correct.
That's good.
That's very good. And so the turns, now we accept the turns 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. at mornings. At evening, sorry. But mornings during the course of the day, those turns are illegal turns. And so we have to comply with the signs, because the signs are there for us to follow and not for us to do what we want or what we please. I would accept calls if anybody's on the line. If not, we can continue our conversations.
I have a concern. The pedestrian crossing that was painted out in front of KFC.
Hello?
Okay, there's someone on the line. Let me let them go. Hello, good morning. You're live on Traffic Talk.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
My body.
Good morning.
Is the police parking lot used for the general public or just for police?
Well, I would say both. And the reason why I would say that, there is a sign that says no parking. Let's say, for example, you are dropping keys at the police station. You can use the parking lot. If you are somebody who picks up the keys from a building and you want to go inside instead of parking on the yellow line adjacent to the prison, you can use the police park. Whether it's a one-time or two-time or...
So you're kind of tolerable with that?
How you mean how tolerable? I just gave the information.
No, I said,
yes.
When I say you, you know.
Well, I don't. I think that we have police officers who use their discretion, and I don't think if a gentleman.
You use another word, the same thing. Anyway, let me ask you something else. What is the maximum speed for vehicles traveling in built-up areas?
That's 20 miles per hour, sir.
Well, okay. You see, you say a few things a while ago. I'm very quick. Oftentimes, I'm on the Bay Road, and the speed I see people going either direction to try to catch the green light. Speed, 40, 50. What if they almost reach? And that probably will happen where it's for the accident, you know. The person who got the right to move out. And you see, so I believe when people doing all that kind of thing, there should be summons. So if you're cooking a particular pot and you're putting the required
ingredients,
the required things, you're not going to get what is desirable. So I believe you all should have traffic cameras in those areas and set up the whole thing that people get summons through the cameras and send their summons in the mail. Amongst other things. That was done in the United States. No, I'm not saying we have resources like them, but they've been doing that a long time now. But we could copy from the good things from other countries. So on a whole for now, that's that for now. That's all I'm say for now. Have a good day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much. And we accept, and like I say, the criticisms would come good and bad, and we would accept. Because for me, whenever we are criticized, or whenever I am criticized a particular way, it sends me back to the drawing board. You know, look within myself and see, what can I do to make this better? As opposed to saying, oh, why are they telling me anything for? You know, because I'm not bigger than the law. I am always open for suggestions, criticisms, and that of its like.
Yes.
Now, the gentleman would have spoken about the traffic cameras, and it is something that the government is thinking of, because we are moving up there with time, and so it's something that would cost money, and it needs to be done, because persons will not stop running the red light for some persons for no reason. You have them running the red light, and so these are things that we've been thinking about, and so it will come into play at some point.
Here's a call, darling. Traffic Talk, you're on the air.
Yeah, good morning, Jamster, Azard, and
Good
Donnelly,
morning.
and everybody there.
And Kortensia.
Good morning.
Yeah, well, it's years I ain't here. Traffic Talk on Win FM, thank God for today. Donnelly, it's years you all been on the program. I know you are makers, but years you all been on the program asking people who doing wrong to desist from doing the wrong things and asking them to stop that. Well, I have a suggestion for you all. Stop asking, and in turn, you give them what they're supposed to get. And that is the only way they're going to stop. And you know where you're going to give them? Some blows in the pocket and the wallet. Because the pain from them wallet in them pocket ain't easy. And especially these kind of times here, where things more than tight, things seal down. So when you touch them down there, you're going to see they comply with your you're asking them to do. Because I don't understand. Children who got on pampers going daycare center, they don't drive. It's big adults, but I will call them big toddlers. There's no wrong from right. The orange mean put your foot on the brakes and get ready to stop. But instead of they put the foot on the brake, they press down over on the extreme right. That's the gas pedal. Not so in Puerto Rico, you know. In Puerto Rico, those who facing the red light, from the moment they see the red light give a little glitch, it's tires are here on the road because they know the green light ain't making no time to show up. So by the time you try to beat the orange light with the thing, back of them, accident, because and the other person who got the red. So my suggestion, stop talking. And bang us in the pocket. I don't enjoy what hit us the licks. Because we won't hear. Thank you, Donnelly.
Thank you for your contribution, sir.
Yes, thank you so much for your contribution. And we would go back to caller number one, where he spoke about the speed limit. Some persons are thinking the speed limit in town, in built-up areas now, 20 miles per hour is a bit slow. But until they change that, we will have to go according to the law. Okay. The caller number two would have spoken about. Caller number one, let me go back to him, would have said that we need to put persons in place. We cannot put a police or a traffic warden everywhere. That would be impossible. And so persons have to learn to adhere. And I would have said on the program last week that once we travel outside of St. Kitts, we tend to operate differently, because whatever their law says, we go according to their law. And so we are asking that persons would just comply the same way. When you're in St. Kitts, you want to do opposite to what the law requires. But yet, when you travel, you're ready and quick to obey. And that is what it is.
Yes.
Call, go ahead. Yeah.
Hey, good morning, guys. And good morning to the members of the traffic department. Carl Brown here. My lady friend Donnelly.
Good morning.
You know, on the road, there is a lot of cycles, scooters, four-wheelers, and so on the road. Well, we know all the nonsense they're doing. We don't have to go into details. But our concern is many of them don't have no license. Some of them don't even have no permit. The question is, when they boot up on people's vehicles, car, bus, truck, all that sort of thing, you know the outcome is that you who got damaged, your vehicle, and plus maybe passengers or you in your vehicle, your insurance gone up. What intentions or plans the law have to deal with these persons? Because they are buying a lot of bikes from the stores in town and they don't have no permit, they don't have no license. Not even insurance either. There's another thing again, a lot of them don't have no insurance. They're not using any helmet and no form of protection, but they're dashing on the road on a daily basis. What the traffic department and the police department plan to do about these people? Another thing again is that too many of the project roads, them people broke down vehicle are parked, and you know project roads are small, right? We have to look out for when the fire truck, the ambulance, and maybe somebody bring a container from overseas that they could maneuver. You all need to visit the project roads them because people brought down vehicles are taking up a lot of the room on the project roads them, and they are there for many months, sometimes up to 2 years in the road are gone.
Thank you, Carl.
Okay, so we are going to address caller number 3. Thank you very much for your input. The cycles, scooters, and ATVs that are on the road, whenever, and I can speak to this, whenever a vehicle is registered, whenever a motorcycle, a scooter, a ATV is registered, that vehicle must be insured in order for that vehicle to use the road. And I say that because once you leave the traffic department, your next stop is insurance. Inland Revenue will not accept you without an insurance.
Inland Revenue is the third stop?
Inland Revenue is the third stop.
Okay.
So it's the traffic department, then to insurance, and then to Inland Revenue.
Okay.
Inland Revenue will not accept you without an insurance. Now, some persons might get an insurance for 30 days. But when you go to Inland Revenue, your insurance is valid. Now, after 30 days, Inland Revenue will not know that you did not go back to the insurance, and the same way with the traffic department unless something happened. If you are driving on the road and the police officer stop you now, we are not subjected to stopping persons and saying, can I have a look at your insurance? Can I have a look at your driver's license? What is supposed to happen is that we see an offense and we stop you. I recognize that your tire is showing red. Mm-hmm. And during that moment, we ask you, can I have a look at your insurance? Can I have a look at your driver's license? And during that moment, the officer, he or she would recognize that the insurance has been expired. And then we know that information. But for us to go to every cycle and every ATV and every scooter to know that they're not insured, there is a system in place when it comes to permits. Whenever, and I'm going to use Courts for example, because Courts is a store that sells motorcycles. And so you go to Courts and you buy a motorcycle from Courts. But you cannot register that vehicle at Courts unless you have a permit. Mm. So, I mean, sometimes we don't know the information and sometimes we would speak it. And so I'm happy that Mr. Carr would have brought that information. Now, I'm not saying that when that permit expires, that person don't sometimes ride or drive the cycle without the proper document. That happens. But where the police is concerned, once you come to register a vehicle, You register the vehicle with us at the traffic department. Then you go to insurance to make sure the vehicle is insured. Then you go to inland revenue for the paying of the licensing fee. Broken down vehicles. And what we've been doing for the past month is going into areas and serving notices and following up and getting the broken down vehicles or derelict vehicles off the road. Villagers can help us because we don't get into all the villages and we don't get into all the side streets. And so if you live in a particular area and you recognize that there is a broken down vehicle, if you have a good relationship with your neighbor, have a conversation. John Brown, I recognize that you bought a new car and you still have that old one there. Is it in use? Are you going to bring it back on the road? Have a question. Have a conversation. Ask a question. And that way it would make my work easier and it would give you the information that you're looking for because you're pondering and wondering. One day we're going to do with a vehicle here, and one day if the vehicle there going to come back on the road. Once you ask the neighbor a question, you get your answers, just what you're looking for. Now you come to the traffic department and you give us the information. Officer, I was speaking to my neighbor and he has a vehicle. It's broken down. He said it's not coming back. And I would have spoken to him about moving the vehicle. And he gave me a lot of ring around. And so we would then do our part. Not that we will not do our part if you do not come and make a complaint. We try our best. Because bearing in mind, we cannot see, and that is the reason why we rely, that's why there is community policing, because we rely on the communities and we rely on the general public to help us with our job. Some person would see and don't want to speak. And they know something and they don't want to say it, and then they're going to blame the police, but the police wasn't there, but you saw. So say it to us to make our job easier and to make you more comfortable. Because you know the information, so give it to us, and so that we can help you.
Donna, okay, it's 9:02. I'll leave you a few more minutes because you're getting a lot of calls. Caller, go right ahead.
Good morning.
And we so love having you here, by the way.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead.
Yes, what I'm calling to say is that there is a certain Eastern European nation where what they did with the traffic lights is that they put lights, not just the lights on top, but also put lights on the poles. So that when the lights come on, the whole pole light up.
And that's Russia.
Drivers have said that they found it most helpful because many times they would fail to look up, not intentionally. And so they find that the whole pole lighting up is a whole lot better for them. And bring to their recognition a whole lot quicker about what light is shining, so they don't unintentionally forget to look up because they're already reminded by the pole itself. So I bring up that to say that maybe that is something that maybe you all can consider at the traffic department.
Thank you so much,
be very
Carter.
helpful for drivers.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Although I think, based on what I read, I think that's only because that it's Russia and there are a few other just smaller Eastern European countries. It's because they tend to have a lot of fog, and sometimes people might not see where they. So that's why they. I don't think we should really be encouraging laziness. It's a kind of laziness to feel like, oh, we gotta have the whole pole lighting up. So I mean, I feel you're supposed to look where you're supposed to look.
Keep your eyes on the road.
Let's take another call. Caller, go right ahead. Traffic. Okay. We are getting a bunch of calls. That's as soon as we have another call, I'll clue you in. So
okay.
Go. Oh, here's one. Traffic Talk. You're on the air.
Hi. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
And also to my friend Donnelly.
Good morning, Shauna.
I'm calling in to ask, say what I've noticed. I noticed that drivers do not use the roundabouts properly, and also that when you're approaching a gas station, you have the middle section there for the car to turn into the gas station. I find most drivers don't hold the side. They're coming out in by the traffic area. And also, I've also noticed that people they stop using indicators.
She's right with the indicator.
If they do use indicators, they put them on when they're turning. I mean, that's not how the way indicators work. It's supposed not too
too soon.
I mean, not too
soon.
Before, but not too
Not
when
too,
you're turning
too
left
late.
or right
Yes.
neither.
Yes.
I listen off the ear.
Okay. So
Okay, let's take another one.
Oh, yes.
There's another one.
We have a lot of comments on the Facebook
Traffic
page.
talk, go ahead.
Yes, good morning. I don't have any question. I just want to say good morning, Donna.
Good morning. Good morning.
I was just about
know what this
to
is,
get to
Donna?
that.
Yes, Cleo.
Yes.
Yes, Cleo. Good morning.
And Theo said good morning also.
All right. Good morning.
Yes, morning,
Have a
Cleo.
good day.
I just saw her comment on the Facebook page. She said, "Please tell Donna I say good morning, Azard." Yes. There's also a question here. There's also a comment here on the Facebook page now that I've gotten to it. It says, as a concern, the crossing on the Bay Road opposite to the bank of Nevis are quite hazardous as a result of the works that are being carried out on the museum. There is no real safe area for pedestrians to wait on the southern side until the light signals their safe crossing. Could this be rectified as soon as possible? That's one comment. And of course, Shauna who called in.
Yes. Okay, so let us go to Shauna. Shauna, we would have thank you for the concerns, and they're noted. The roundabout is a whole topic by itself, and so maybe we can do roundabout at one of our programs next, because some persons are still not aware as to how to use a roundabout, and she's so correct. Some persons would know. For example, if somebody's in a roundabout and they change their mind in the roundabout, you're in a lane and you change your mind to the direction you want to go, they're ready to switch. They're ready to switch the lane, and you're not supposed to switch in a roundabout.
Go ahead, call.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, caller. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Miss Blackbird,
Yes.
I have heard, and I myself would have called in before you come back on the program, about when you get the signal to walk in the traffic area, the lights there. By the time you reach halfway in the road, it changes. Up to Friday, I was there looking at it. Somebody and I were walking across, and the same thing happened. Not only by the old treasury, but down there by the social security. Before you reach halfway, it changed. So that needs to be looked into. And let me say lastly, I believe that there was a law passed in Parliament some time ago, where drivers are required to walk with their documents, insurance and license and so, right here in St. Kitts. I believe that had happened. I know that's a requirement in the U.S. Long time I know that, but here, I think that was passed, so you could check out that. And when Mr. Brown called and talk about not licensed, yes, you went through the process how it is done, or should be done. But the fact of the matter is, what about the delinquents? When time expires, they ain't going to renew. That's why I believe Mr. Brown was referring to. And you got a lot of youngsters nowadays, just left school. They don't wear helmets, yet they ride in these motorcycles, etc., etc. Where I live, I see them pass day and night. And I don't know. I did not say earlier on either that the traffic warden must summon them, because it's difficult to deal with in the traffic light area, like that zone. I didn't mention anything about them. I talking about, you said that this is an electronic aid. And it's a long, long time they're doing that in the U.S. So I'm going to reinforce what I said. That project needs to be complete. Set up the cameras, set up the system in the police, traffic department, or wherever. Let everything goes there, and then they send out the summons to the people in the mail. They even send out a list of possible attorneys who they could hire if they want to contest. I see that in the U.S. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, caller.
Donnelly on the Facebook page, there's also someone that says, ask the officer about the sleeping police on the Zenway Boulevard between Rituals and the Frigate Bay taxi stand. It was a request we put forward to the Frigate Bay police station and traffic department, and they also asked, why is the speed limit signs on miles when majority of our vehicles are in kilometers? And the person said they've been asking this question for 20 years.
Thank you very much, Carla, for that question.
Simple fix, just have both.
Just have that
put
could
both on it, yeah.
put both on it because and the vehicles are but the miles is it's easy to.
Yeah, and I think more people here relate to miles than never mind that the cars have
kilometers.
I think most people
everybody
relate to miles.
will speak to miles.
In
Yes,
your mind, you're more
relate to the
But this
miles.
person is saying they've been asking that question for over 20 years. So why is it in miles when most vehicles are in kilometers?
And that is something that I cannot.
That's true. Maybe what could happen is that you have one sign that reflects both miles and kilometers, the equivalent.
Okay.
Yeah, and
so I would.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, okay.
yes,
that's what I
yes.
was.
And I would have to go back to the drawing board again with that question to see clarity. Okay,
Yeah.
on that one for sure.
Let's take your last call. Caller, go right ahead. 11 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Yes. Hello, it's Megan. Anything that would help drivers and make the situation a lot safer. I don't think it is laziness. I think it is the good use of wisdom. If having the poles them light up would be better for the drivers and make the situation easier and make them more alert and that sort of stuff. I don't think that's laziness. I think that is the good use of wisdom in making the situation safer because drivers who, like I say, in those places have said it has helped them a lot, not only during times of fog, but during other times as well. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Carla. Now I would want to refer to the crossing by the museum, and we all recognize caller number 6 would have spoken about that, and we all recognize that there is some work going on there at this time, and so it becomes tedious and a little difficult, and so we're just asking pedestrians to be mindful and be more careful when they're waiting for the light to change.
I have a quick comment quick comment / question. Someone calling mentioned the people not using the indicators. That's a bugaboo of mine. It's ridiculous. People really don't use the indicators. I remember in the past when I've mentioned it to Inspector Keynes and so on, they said, well, one of the problems is that it is not a law per se. And while it's just say, well, YouTube indicators, but he's saying it's not really a law. So have you guys never discussed maybe making it a law and start enforcing it? Because I think it's really terrible how people just turn like...
Yep. Or put it on at the last minute.
At the last minute. And that causes accident as well.
Yeah.
Someone would have mentioned something about the faults in the lights. That too we have to speak to the technicians about. He's complaining that when he's halfway, in
crossing,
that the light just suddenly change. Well, it goes, and so the technicians will have to be informed about that. So I will speak to the technicians when I get off air.
Doesn't that just sound like maybe the person just happened to start to cross maybe in the middle or close
No,
to the end?
Jamster, even me with
complain.
that's full of agility, that thing moves too quick. And then as he says, sometimes the countdown on the crosser is not even done and the green light is on. So now you got to
scamper across.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
That's thank you, Donnelly, for that work. That's what I want to say.
Yes.
I did. I should. This is something I haven't said, and it's happened a few times up there by Convent, by Baker's Corner.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sometimes the light turns green to go up, and then I go up and somebody's yes. Also, you know about that?
Yeah.
I find I find the lights going up by the Convent and you got the Baker's Corner right there. I find it don't take long for it to switch back.
Yeah.
It says green and then in a second it could say stop.
Yeah.
Understand?
So sometimes people are stuck in the roundabout trying to get around, and then persons who are now told to come out The ones that are going from east to west, they're stuck too.
And I think one of my program I should bring the persons who deal with the lights here, so that persons can ask.
Please.
Yes, person can ask you a question,
That'd be wonderful.
and so that he can relate to the general public exactly how the light works and
Zad,
why that is happening.
I hope you caught that. I hope you caught what she just said.
Yeah.
I mean, she's coming back to join us.
Yeah.
I want to, in this moment, thank the host of the show, and thank you for always being so quick and ready to always quick and ready to listen and hear from the traffic department.
Thank you, Donald.
Yes, thank you guys. Thank you to the general public for listening, and have yourself a great week.
Yes,
Thank
wonderful.
you too, and a great
Stick
day.
and stay. Traffic talk ends, but we have our identity continues.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Dalil Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Found the sound. 98.9 FM.
TVC Financial Services. We're here for you to help you make your dreams come true. Whether your needs are big or small, we'll support you with them all. TVC Financial Services. We are strong. TVC Financial Services. This is where you belong.
TDC Financial Services, where money is made easy.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib. It's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, cover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might broke up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, don't want to run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
This message is sponsored by the Australian Government, AusAid, and produced by NEMA in collaboration with WINNFM.
And we are back. We just got a nice little voice note there concerning and the commenter makes a good point. What do you guys think? You guys got to listen to it?
I saw when he only the part when he said that our our laws reflect miles per hour.
Miles per hour.
I didn't hear the other part, what he said.
Basically saying, well, it doesn't say kilometers per hour, so
yeah.
we have to
And
finish listening
I
to
figured
it.
that was been the reason. But, I mean...
Can we not amend the laws, though?
Yeah. Also, too, you could just... It would be... I mean, I don't see any harm if it is as per law in the miles and a little underneath just
yeah.
kilometers.
Yeah, both, yeah.
Yeah.
Once you already do what the law recommends, then you could always...
And you know what that
You can add to the law in that case.
And
you could amend it so it could reflect kilometers in the law.
Okay.
What I'm saying, I don't see any injustice if you have it in miles as per law and in a little bracket underneath.
Yeah, because we do have tourists that come here driving. Yeah, that's
any
a custom.
injustice that would be faced.
We have a call. Caller, go ahead.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
Hey.
Good morning.
Jamster,
Mm-hmm.
you gave me some homework on Thursday.
I hope you don't
And
make your
I
papers.
want you to help me with the word. I got hello, listen to me. You listening to me?
Listening.
You gave a word the Thursday. And I want you to refresh me. I got it checked out, but I can't get it stick in my brain. First, I have disability. I can't see to write. So could you help me with the word?
The word is grifter. Grifter.
Why? And let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
You are one of the few people have the wrong occupation. You're supposed to be a tutor or a teacher teaching our children, listening to you for years. But you're supposed to be a teacher to teach our children. Because I don't hear you some words. As I said, I can't see to write. But that one stuck with me Thursday.
Grifter.
It stuck with me Thursday, and I would never forget.
I actually used to teach, but I used to teach, but I moved on.
You moved. I know you got to go back there.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's the word is? Grifter.
Grifter, yeah.
Grifter. Thank you very much. Yeah. Anyway, take care, man.
Thanks for embarrassing me.
I love the good vibes. Oh, did I not mention the People's Action
Yes, I was about to ask you about that.
Had its election yesterday. We had over 100 delegates at the caucus.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, we had over 100 delegates, and the delegates of the People's Action Movement, they have elected basically a new team to go forward for the year.
So let's hear the
So,
thing.
Without any further ado, we have again the People's Action Movement making history in St. Kitts and Nevis, being the first political party in St. Kitts to elect its first female political leader.
Go, Shani.
In the person of Mrs. Natasha Gray Brooks, attorney at law. She is now the political leader of the People's Action Movement to be ratified at convention. Convention is on Sunday. This Sunday's convention. The theme is a new vision. Your voice, our commitment. And so our political leader will be given a message. We also have a featured speaker. She hails from Antigua and Barbuda. She is the chairperson of the UPP.
Oh, Miss Marshall?
Actually, Giselle Isaac.
Oh, Giselle Isaac, okay.
She was the former Speaker of the House.
Okay.
Serving between 2004 to 2014. And so a lot of excitement in the air. We also have elected on the team myself and David Lincoln Pell as the deputy political leaders of the People's Action Movement. Thank you. We have a new chairperson in the person of Sheldon Pemberton.
Okay.
Deputy chairperson, Shirley Morgan. Shirley Morgan is from constituency number 4. So I give a special shout out to Shirley. We have the Assistant General Secretary from constituency number 5, Giovanni Fleming. We have our Treasurer, Drusilla Carty Richards from constituency 5. We have our PRO, Laverne Keynes. She's returning as PRO. So of the persons who now are part of the new executive, there are 9 positions, and of the 9 positions, 3 of us still are part of the executive, 2 of us in different positions, 1 of us returning in a position. So the party is excited. We had so much good vibes last evening, and so I want you to know that the party is alive and well, and we are ready to take the arms of government whenever the bell is rung. You understand? The People's Action Movement is here to stay.
I saw Miss Gray Brooks in Hall of
Yes.
Splendor this morning. She and a little one. She was dressed in black and white. I was coming on my way to work, and I was like, I wonder if she won. And then I saw the news this morning, and I looked at Facebook. So congratulations, Shani. Make all of us women in St. Kitts and Nevis and around the world proud.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I just hope I'm not putting too much on her shoulders, but I know she got this.
So, what does ratify mean exactly in this context?
Ratified mean is just a formality whereby at the convention we are going to recognize the new executive. So it's like a shout out. We'll have the roll call and everything, in relation to the new executive, the People's Action Movement. It's going to be exciting. Join us at party headquarters. We are yellow. Yellow is such a beautiful color. A lot of persons have said, when you see that yellow, it's as though it lifts your spirit. It gives you a sense of joy. And when you're around the People's Action Movement in that sea of yellow, that bed of yellow, you feel good. We have a caller?
Yes, guys. Carl here again.
Yes.
Yes, my legal attorney. I must say highly congratulations to Shani and the executive and the People's Action Movement. But here, the work has just begun to retain part of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis again. And here, how we are going to do it. From Sunday onwards, I hope the People's Action Movement now will start working hard, aggressively, and forcefully they have to now start talking to a number of parties in St. Kitts and Nevis in forming a coalition, because no party in St. Kitts and Nevis single on its own right now can defeat Labour at the polls unless you join with other parties. There are 2 parties in Nevis. We have to start discussion with them. There is a party in St. Kitts. We have to start discussions with them. Another thing we have to start doing, having monthly press conference to let the people know that we are alive and well, and we have been resurrected, and to listen, to hear the concerns, the cries, the praise of the people, and we have to start marching towards obtaining government again. Not only that, we have to start a lot of fundraising process to have our money and be ready for any time Dr. Joe decides to drop a surprise election on the country. So we have to start the town hall meetings, we have to start the one-on-ones. We have to let the people know that we ain't dead, we resurrected, and we are here to see and hear the cries of the people. And our aim is to obtain part of the government again in St. Kitts.
I like that. Carl is rhyming. Our aim is to obtain. I like that. You go, Carl.
Thank you for your contribution.
Another call.
Carl.
Oh, that person hung up. Okay,
Wait, caller, you can call back.
Let's move right back. Move right on. Caller, go right ahead.
Morning again. I just called to say congratulations, Azard.
Thank you, Cleo.
And congratulations to my party overall, everyone. Congratulations. Blessed.
Thank you so much.
Azard, you're for number 4 representative. I'm not from number 4, but number 4 representative.
Thank you,
Azard.
Cleo. Thank you. Speaking into
Good
being.
luck.
Thank you.
That's right.
Yes. So, as I said before, you see, it's such a happy moment at the People's Action Movement. I mean, coming out of yesterday, so many joyous remarks and everything like that. Yeah, it's really good.
Somebody has on Facebook, when a woman says yes, nobody can discourage her. Yet another historic achievement in St. Kitts and Nevis as a woman leads a national political party. The PAM, the People's Action Movement, cheers to Natasha Gray Brooks for her bravado and selflessness. It takes strong leadership to truly lead. May she be surrounded by stellar examples of leadership to glean from. Congratulations to yet another woman king. So, Natasha, everybody is singing your praises. So, congratulations once more.
Okay, let's squeeze in this call at 9:30 before we take the break. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning to you guys, man.
Good morning, bro.
Yeah, me too want to chime in and, say congratulations to the new leader of PAM. And, congrats to Azard and Lincoln Pell especially. And congrats to all the rest execs that was elected. My advice to Pam right now is to be ready at all times. Be ready at all times. And what I want to see them do going forward is bring more young people into the fold. I've been talking about getting some of the oldsters out. And this is one of the first big changes that I've seen now in St. Kitts Nevis. And for the new first female leader, that's big on my agenda as well. So I just want them to be ready at all times, and to bring more young people into the fold to get new ideas in this political arena in SKN. And congrats again, man. Azard, man, I wish you the best, man, all right?
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Guys. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so 9:31. Let's take the break here from Rams and come back.
I'll have to run now, guys, but have a fantastic Monday.
Well, you had a fantastic Sunday, that's for sure.
Yes, a super Sunday. A super Sunday. Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. Rams. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices. Rams is always here. We want your loyalty. Rams is always here. We are community. We are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. Give her a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsibly.
And we are back. I'm back here with my girl Kay. What's up?
Here, looking at an article, we know June 1st starts the hurricane season, right? And also summer and everything else. So there's just a bit of reminder in this article of things that we will need to prepare and get for the hurricane season. I remember on one of our episodes on Good Morning SKN, we had Miss Rika Lennon Petty, I think. I hope I have her name correctly. But Miss Petty, she spoke about stuff that we'll need during a hurricane. They had a backpack with your passports, all your important documents. They had canned goods, they had blankets, they had a notebook in there, they had first aid supplies in there. And I'm looking at this article and it says hurricane checklist, last minute items to get before a storm. And it says a hurricane or storm is approaching and you have forgotten to store emergency items or even prepare a first aid kit. This is not the time to panic, but rather the time to make your last minute preparations. Here's a list of the basic items you should get. Food and water. And it says whether you need to make a stop at a supermarket or a nearby shop, you should purchase non-perishable items or canned foods to last at least 7 days. And they say make sure you can have a manual can opener, and you might want to consider paper plates and cups in case there's no water in the taps after a hurricane, which would make cleaning up an issue. Ensure you have enough water to last each person in your home for at least 3 days. Also consider if you need to pick up items to suit the dietary needs of others in your home. So the diabetics that can't eat a lot of things, you have to make sure you look out for them, and other persons who may have varying ailments and disease. Medication, it's one of the worst things that could happen is someone being without their life-saving medication, especially during and after a storm, when medication could become hard to find. Do a quick inventory check to see whether any medication needs to be topped up. Bandages, pain relievers, antidiarrheal medicine could also come in handy to keep. Batteries. It's easy to forget whether you replace batteries in your emergency radio or flashlights. Better to be safe than sorry. And pick up a pack just in case a storm knocks out power and leaves you in the dark. Make sure you purchase the correct size batteries, flashlight, and lamps. And it says candles can be a fire hazard, which is a disaster no one wants to deal with while possibly facing a hurricane or storm. Purchasing a flashlight or battery-owned powered lamp can be a lot safer and easier to carry from room to room. And like we mentioned above, don't forget the correct size batteries. And for those of us that are having pets now, Jamson, the little dogs, the little cats in our homes, they say when grabbing last minute items, remember all family members in your home, including your pets, furry or feathered. Pet food should be able to last 7 days, and don't forget their share of water. If your pet uses medication, check whether there is enough to last through an emergency. A pet cage, carrier, or leash may also be needed if for any reason you need to relocate during a storm or hurricane. And we know you can visit the farm and feed store to get all your pet supplies. But Jams, are pets allowed in the shelters here though? Has that been added to?
I don't even know if that's something that was thought about, but yeah, that's a good question.
Because it's
although we're not. I don't think we're that crazy about elevating
sharing space.
Elevating pets to the level of humans, like certain other people who will go unnamed. But
boy. No, but because everybody's into a pet. I don't have a pet, so thank God. I won't have to worry about bringing any little critter or creature inside. I love dogs, by the way, people, so don't get me. But if we have to move from our homes, can our pets come with us? Nima, this is a question maybe somebody can answer for me because it's that time. So we're preparing folks for those who may be traveling, for those who may be going to the hurricane shelters. We need to know what we're going to do with our pets.
I honestly don't think that was something that was considered, and I understand it.
Okay. Because that's not like our life.
Dogs are not humans. Neither are cats.
So we're going to leave them outside to be hurt, though? Because imagine they're left outside, even if they're in their houses and something and take off their rooftop and something drops in on them. What's going to happen to them?
The thing is, they can survive on their own if they had to. You know.
Yeah, but we're leaving them without food and all.
There's mice and all sorts of other things to eat, so.
That couldn't be my animal outside. Oh, boy. Jams. Jams gave me goosebumps just thinking about a good puppy eating a rat that's been outside feeding and all kind of things.
I just got an answer. They said no. No, they are not.
So that they're not...
not allowed in shelters.
So, Nima, where do we put our animals?
Who's worrying about animals when we're having a hurricane?
A lot of people have animals now. Jams, animals travel on planes, on the seats. Those ones that are trained.
Animals that end up on the kitchen table, yeah, I worry about those. But
so you're not worried about the pets during the hurricane, and it looks like
not
I
really.
don't want to say that we're gonna have, but
Not
the way
really.
things are going, it's predicted that
There-
they just might.
There was an incident in
Mm-hmm.
what country was it? One of those Great Lake countries in Africa. There was an incident about 2 or 3 years ago, where there was either an earthquake or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they sent in people to evacuate people. There were a lot of tourists, a lot of them folks was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And do you know they evacuated them folks and their pets before they evacuated the Africans?
Oh no, not nice.
This is kind of stuff that upsets me. So, I mean, if pets are not, then hey, let's just suck it up. It's not really that big a deal, honestly.
Oh boy. So since we were talking about a hurricane season, so this was this is something from NOAA, and it says NOAA's outlook for the season, and that is the National Hurricane Center, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, which ends on November 30th, predicts an 85% chance of an above normal season, a 10% chance of a near normal season, and a 5% chance of a below normal season.
Yeah, I was actually looking at some of that. I think last week.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm a little worried. I'm actually when you mentioned that thing about the power pack, I was going to mention it, so it was good that you mentioned it. Go ahead,
Hi,
caller.
good morning.
Yes, youngster, those things will happen because when it goes to show man have the animal more important than humans. It's just like here in the U.S.
Which man are you talking about?
Some men, some
Them
people, the
them,
people that
them
evacuate
folks. You
the
mean them
animals
folks?
and leave the humans. whoever you want to say. But here in the U.S., people walk over people every day in the street that kick a dog in the headline news.
Problems, yeah.
And people on the street, everybody is appalled. You leave a dog outside in the cold. Oh my God. You get charged with all kind of animal cruelty.
Yep.
But man outside sleeping in the cold and nobody cares. They walk over him every day. And really?
Cleo, you better don't get.
Our mind are very messed
Yes,
up.
Cleo, you better don't get me started.
But Jamsa, you know too, if a passenger, when I flew, if a flight attendant or a passenger is allergic to a dog, you know that person has to come off and be replaced. They put them on the next flight. Yeah, the dog goes. The dog and its owner goes, but the person that's allergic has to come off and be placed on a next flight, and then they have to call a flight attendant that's not allergic to the said animal.
All of that?
Yeah.
I had someone living in my house in St. Kitts, right? Pay rent good. But she had a dog, and when I come home, I went to do my walkthrough. Dog mess all in my house. I like, you have until the end of next month to get out. Get out. I put her out.
But Cleo, what should we do with the dogs when it's the hurricane season, though? Where do we store them? Because
You see, the problem is God give the animal the instinct to spend and take care of themselves.
That's what Jams is saying.
Exactly.
Man is the one who take the animal them and have them like their babies. That is why when the robber comes to rob, instead the dog attack like it's supposed to, he lick the robber foot.
Yeah.
The robber foot.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cleo.
Cleo is on point.
Oh boy, as you said, let them fend for themselves. But Lord, imagine the person that, as she said, has a dog like a baby. What's the dog gonna do out there but get attacked?
Exactly. Them folks always think they can improve on nature, and subvert nature, meaning these animals can fend for themselves.
Yeah, that's why how some people have snakes and then want to kiss the snake, and then the snake just give them a terrible kiss that ends them either death or in the hospital.
They think the snake is a poodle.
Exactly. Snakes
Call-
ain't cool.
Go ahead.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T. Good morning.
Hey guys, Carl here again. Since that you all are discussing about animals and mainly dogs, we have Ross University here. Have anybody sit down with Ross University and talk of some discussion in terms of shelter? In case, because remember they are saying that this hurricane season is going to be very active.
Yeah.
So since we are talking about shelters for the humans, and now we're worried about shelters for the animals, have anybody have a discussion with Ross? Have anybody have a discussion with the vet over by Valumat?
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to find out, Carl. because where do we put the animals that are accustomed to being inside, that can't go outside and fend for themselves, that a dog that's accustomed to being outside, when they see it, they might attack it, and then we get back.
We
and
have
it's
people
dead.
keeping dogs in the house now?
Yes.
Yes.
Jamsa, where do you
Ridiculous.
live?
I mean, other than them folks.
Oh, yes, us people are keeping dogs in the house.
People here have a seat in the vehicle for the dog.
Really?
Jamster gone quiet.
You're very quiet, Carl.
You see,
people here, locals
you see,
and foreign and residents, have a seat in the vehicle for the dog.
You see, the problem with
not
that
in
is
the back,
the problem
not
is
in the trunk.
the problem with that is the problem with you, Carl. You know the problem with that with us. You know the problem with us is a lot of times we ape them folks without any kind of critical thinking. The reason them folks keep dogs in the house is because they have seasons where maybe 2 of those seasons are pretty brutal as far as temperatures and so on. There is no reason to do that here. In fact, in the south, in the south of the U.S., most people keep the dogs outside
But
just
we are
like
following
us.
suit. What we
Yes,
see is
exactly.
done, and we want to feel the same way and look the same way by having the little ones in our house, treating them like babies.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's no reason to keep these animals inside.
The other thing is, guys, have the agriculture department sit with the farmers, the herd farmers, and make any kind of suggestions or preparation of securement for the animals then, because we are talking about 25 by 25 and decreasing the meat and chicken kind input that we do. Have they had any meeting with the herd farmers, sorry?
Well, we can ask that question when they come on Wednesday, Carl, and that's good that you bring it up so that maybe the powers that be maybe listening now and they can say, okay, maybe this is something we can start looking at, because remember, sometimes it's not on their radar. I'm not going to say it's not, but sometimes people aren't thinking that far or maybe thinking about stuff like that. So the fact that you bring it up, maybe you'll get some minds thinking now.
Yeah, because we have to look at that, because we are trying to decrease that meat kind and thing bill, and I don't see them making no plans to increase our animals production.
Okay,
those are things that we have to be looking at now, and now is the hurricane season. We all have to learn a very serious lesson from COVID. Gone, guys.
All right, Carl, thank you.
Yeah, good points.
Yeah,
good points.
Yeah. So if they weren't thinking, they can start thinking now. We can sort that out so that everybody's safe. Because
and all the people who listen to me and get offended at the truth, hey, that's your problem, not mine.
But look at this, though.
Those people know who they are.
Look at this, Jam. So the NOAA is forecasting a range of 17 to 25 total named storms with winds of 39 miles per hour or higher. Of those, 8 to 13 are forecast to become hurricanes with winds 74 miles per hour or higher, including 4 to 7 major hurricanes classified as Category 3, 4, or 5 with winds of 111 miles per hour or higher. Forecasters have a 70% confidence in these ranges. So, and this article comes from a Loop Caribbean.
I just realized when you were reading that the list of emergency stuff,
supplies.
I was thinking, I have two of those lamps, but I think it might be better to get those 360 lamps. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go and see if I can get like 3 of those, so that it's like LED, but it looks like a lamp, so it's 360 lighting as opposed to one of those magnetic. I have 2 of those magnetic things where
I understand.
They're more spread like that.
Yeah. So the light go around.
Yeah,
it makes sense. How we prepare now. We not wait until you hear hurricane coming and then everybody gone to the store and clean out. Just one by one, and make sure to have your plastic container to store your important items like your wills, your certificates, your
wills.
Of course, the wills are necessary. Your passports. Go to the I don't even want to say where to go, but go to the store and buy your plastic container so you can store your documents in there, or have your plastic folders that you're going to put in your backpack.
Also put stuff in a Ziploc, like Ziploc bags and so on.
Yeah, don't wait until it's hurricane time, folks. Let's start the cleanup and start the preparation.
Caller, go ahead.
Yeah, Jam stuff.
Hey, what's up?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I heard your co-host ask if you live here.
What do you mean? With the dogs, me?
Is it here?
No, I never saw anybody with the dog things.
Well, me gonna tell you what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Me and me cousin-in-law, that's my cousin husband, we built his house over Canary. And he has 3 apartments rented. And he is in St. Thomas. So now and then, he used to ask me to go and check on the house and everything. And the first thing I noticed in one of the apartments was the door jam right there by the door, bite up. That was done by a dog.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the other apartment now, and I rang the bell, and the lady came out. Is one of us, one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
And they're studying in a university here.
Mm-hmm.
So when the bell ring, she answers, she said, "Hello, I'm coming." So when she come by the door, I said, good morning, how are you? I come to just check on the apartments. And I said, okay, come on in. So when I go in further and I go in the bed, I see this big black thing in the bed. So he hear me, good morning. She come in behind me, she said, who are you talking to? I said, who that in the bed? She said, that's my dog. I said, miss, no. That's got to go outside. Not in here. Because they don't ask to go on the toilet. So therefore, you know where that's going when you come out of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, no, my dog is not going outside. I said, okay, the owner will have to come and tell you what to do. And I leave the room. I went outside. And I called my cousin-in-law and I tell him the situation. And in 2 days' time, he was up. And she was out. And everyone come to rent the room them now. Tell them play now. Any animals inside the house, they have to go.
Mm-hmm.
So some of them don't only got the dog and the landing. They got them in house. They noise them up, you know. And you would be surprised to know. They will give you some food in a plate. And when you don't eat the food and the plate, they're going to go for the dog, lick out white, and then they want to give you food in that again.
I've seen that many times. Yeah.
Oh my God, you're for me. And I think they should have an animal shelter. And do like other countries. When some people going away for a couple of days, they take the cat and the dog to that animal shelter until they come back. That is needed.
You really think so?
Yeah, it's needed. Even though animal...
They have talks and barks.
Yeah.
Talks and barks that house them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
There's this place, Talks and Barks. They house your dog, so when you go away, your
In Saint-
dog stays
that's it
in
here?
St. Kitts. Yes, down at the what's that development called? Where the Antioch Baptist Church is, where Rivers is. Just behind there, there's a
I don't know
a
what it's
shelter,
called, but I know it. Oh, really?
and then there's Talks and Barks. Talks and Barks is now where they moved from there. Talks and Barks is behind OJJ's complex. Yeah, so that's where you groom your dog. That's where your dog can be housed when you go away. And I don't know if they're gonna make it a
Groom
shelter
your
for
dog?
hurricane.
What do you mean? So you can pay and go have a stylist for your dog?
Yeah, that's what happened. It bathes. It gets
Okay.
people come over from Nevis to do their dog there as well.
Alright. We have a call.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Yes, good morning.
Mhm.
Hi, Mr. McMahon.
The decadence is real. I said the decadence is real with these pets. Well, it's decadent. I mean, you're paying money for a dog to go. I mean, come on, man.
No, but to each his own, right?
Yeah, to each his own. Sure, sure.
Huh?
Sure.
Right, yeah. You know,
I don't have to approve.
Even if they want to keep the dog in the bed with them, that's their business. Yes, if it's not your house, you have to abide by the rules.
I'm sure the property owners will have something to say about that.
Some people like that. It's good companionship and whatever else, and that's okay. What I was going to suggest, though, is that, and I know it can't be done for this season, but one of the things we should be thinking of, like how they have a panic room, so certain people build panic rooms in the event of emergencies.
Oh, yeah. And sort of like what they do for tornadoes and so. Yeah, that's a good point.
Safe space, just one room.
Yeah, that's
totally
true.
concreted and so on, so that if in the event of a storm and you lose your roof and whatever else, that would survive. So you have some place to go for safety. right? As opposed to going outside when it's dangerous to a hurricane shelter, right? And with the storms, they're expected to get stronger now. And in any case, I think there was a tornado in Haiti recently. I mean, if we're going to be getting tornadoes now, I'm not sure that our houses can withstand a direct hit from a tornado.
But Ira, actually, that's a very good idea, for real, actually.
Yeah, just one room, one small room that you know is totally safe. Okay, yes, it can be a panic room as well.
Is that for the human being itself or the animal?
No, human beings itself.
Okay.
And well, animals as well, since some people regard the animals as human beings.
Grover, you're on your
treat
own.
them like that.
Mr. McMahon, do you hear, Jamster?
What is that?
Grover is on his own.
He don't really mean that. Not the one good and faithful servant you could depend on. If you want a real friend, get a dog. And you're going to treat it. That's how you treat a real friend?
Say, Catty Watty, you're going to have to eat myself from the yard for a while.
Mr. McMahon.
Okay. Catty Watty. I like to mess with cats. When I see cats, like I'll see, I'll say, say hi, Catty Watty.
I'm hearing, there's a comment here that says, regarding panic rooms, a practice that many designers do now is to make the bathroom with a concrete roof to facilitate safe shelter and water. And I know a friend of mine, when they had the really bad hurricane in Dominica, they hid in the bathroom and held on to the door as covering. But it wasn't designed like this just yet. Hi, good morning, caller. You're live on L&T.
Good morning. Long time. I hope all is well with all of you.
Oh, we're good, thanks. What about yourself?
Oh, hi. Nice. I haven't heard you in a while.
Yeah, long time. I'm going to say something about the dog, right? I'm going to warn y'all that what I'm about to say might be gross. Right? Gross.
Okay.
But it is the reality. Now, are you aware that for many, these dogs are more than pets? No, we are going to talk truth, because I always say hiding is not going to help matters. It's just going to make matters worse. Are you aware that these dogs are more than just pets for some? Do you know there are some
yes,
who
I do.
have these dogs?
I'm glad you're saying it and not me.
What?
I'm glad you're saying it and not me.
Oh, boy.
Okay, because people always want to come for me when I talk the truth. But anyway, go ahead.
It's called bestiality. And for those who keep abreast with what's happening and so on, this is what happens to a lot of the women from Africa when they go to places like Dubai. And I can call the name because it's already out there. This is what happens. So when some of these women go there looking for work, whether as a housemaid and so on, because, situation in some African countries are the financial situation very, very dire.
Yeah.
You understand? And there's some who goes out there for a brighter prospect. And when they go there, this is what happens. They force these things onto them. You understand? Some come back and within months they die because they pick up all sort of illness. And this is a serious thing. And you see, we as a people, we love to follow fashion. I grew up in a time when dogs were put outside, and some people went as far as to build a kennel for them. Today now, we're following every style and fashion. Some of us don't even understand why, and we start doing this. Do you know how much money I see people spend on dog food 2020 onwards?
Yep.
And then we hear so many people crying in this country talking about things so hard and all of this, and they're buying all of these foods, these ready-made foods that they use these animals as an industry. So people spending money on these animals in those ways that they shouldn't. Do you see how they pamper them sometimes?
Yep.
The amount of money, going to a hairdresser, they're getting manicure, pedicure. You understand? Some of them, they take them to get C-section, all kind of things.
The dogs got clothing and all.
I'm telling you.
C-section.
And the poor dogs probably don't even want the clothing and the shoes.
C-section for dogs?
Yes.
What?
Animals, yes. C-section, yes. You see the bedding that they give them that they sleep in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you see their bedding? The blankets.
Mm-hmm.
Their toys.
Yep.
And look at the bathrooms. And the bathrooms that they bathe them in.
Do you see the dogs that can actually communicate now too, where they have this kind of map apparatus on the floor, and then the dog will go and press a button that says "Go outside," or "I'm angry," or "You shouted at me," and the dog. They have a couple of those dogs that are literally having conversations. And
all I am saying, right? A lot of these dogs, they are not natural. Okay, they are not natural. Remember, some of them are bioengineered.
Yeah.
Are genetically modified.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe that's why they treat them like that.
Okay.
They cross them a lot.
Yeah.
Right? And this is what is happening. But we need to know what we want. Mm-hmm. Everything must be in its place. Mm-hmm. An animal was made an animal because it has this animalistic instinct to survive. And we are now going to cross over. We are going to take these animals and treat them like they are far better than mankind. Mm-hmm. Because they get better treatment than mankind. But to each his own. I don't hate them. But I personally, I don't think my house, my dwelling place in my house, is for me and them, or them and me.
Yeah.
I say if I have to clean up after any feces, it has to be a baby, a young child, a sick person, or the elderly.
Yep.
I don't even like dogs in my yard because I'm not going to clean up after no dog mess. And not only that, I have fruit trees in my yard. When my fruits drop, I should be able to take up my fruit, wash, and eat.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I would not have a dog at all.
You sound
I
just
don't
like
know
me.
what could happen in time. But right now,
no dog.
I am not no animal lover to that extent.
Okay.
Anyway, have a blessed day.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Okay, we gotta shut it down there. Man, that's exactly how I think about, like, I have this thing about dog mess as well, and having to take up. Yeah, she's on point.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is no Money Matters today, and we Identity returns tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Money Matters will return next week. So I hope you have a nice day with your beach hat and all that.
I definitely will. When I wear my beach hat and I go into town, nobody recognizes me, and I like that. Unless I say hi to them, they'll be like, "We don't know that you under the hat." So I have to do some runs now. So I'm gonna go do some runs. So yeah.
Okay, go do your thing.
I will.
Okay, we have Voices coming up at 11 with Socrates, so stay tuned for that. Also, probably starting by tomorrow, might not be today, will be Spin Cycle in the afternoon time. So some nice music at drive time from about, say, 1:30 right up until maybe 6. All right. So have a nice day, Kay. Bye.
Feel the magic happening.
Campari.
Taste.